grabbing cherries. Just listen to the sound.
Oh, that's the guava. What's that? But like with nothing in it?
Oh, they ate it, yeah? I think they were eating it today.
But you see, like a big edamame.
Oh, yeah. A lot of fireflies.
I
Wow.
see them. Fireflies are over there.
If you turn the lights off, you'll see so many more.
They're among us.
They're among us.
On camera.
Yeah, I cannot capture this on camera, but there are fireflies. Wow. And they're almost extinct, worldwide they're like disappearing because people use a lot of pesticides. They're very sensitive little insects. This is more likely summer weather that should be happening right now in Ecuador. It's been like outrageous, like 3 weeks of kind of bad weather. Now,
summer months here.
Normally right now.
Oh.
Yeah. May, June, July, August.
Are there monsoon seasons?
No, those months that I just mentioned, we get strong winds from the east, from the Amazon jungle. They're called alisios, and they take away all the clouds. So that's why we get this super summer. It's very, very hot in the day. It can get kind of cold at night, and if you go to the high mountains, it's also very windy. But that's what we call summer. Then we have October, which is considered to be the day one, the beginning of the coffee calendar year. Wow. And it's in October because in October that's where floration happens. So the beginning of the year for coffee people is not January, it's October. So we start with floration. Floration happens, and like 7 months after that, you're harvesting again. It takes 7 months for the flower to become a cherry.
The cicadas are getting louder.
Yeah, they're huge, man. I've only seen them 3 or 4 times, I think. And I'm kidding you not, guys. They're fucking green and gold with red dots.
That's amazing considering how much time you spend out here.
Yeah.
Because they're only out at
night. Maybe because they're more. But if we listen to the sound and wait and approach, we'll end up seeing it. Usually they're on the trunks of trees, just like boom, I see. But exactly, I've seen them more in the day. At night, I've never really looked.
Wow, smells so amazing in
You
here.
can turn on the lights if you want to, yeah.
Wow. Smells so good.
Smells really good. Look at these beauties, man. I don't know what it is till that. It's so beautiful how they shrink. Like dates, It's, people that come to the farm, they say they've never seen naturals like this because they never dry like this. It's a very specific type of drying.
So cool. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing is we just don't get opportunities to actually touch coffee like this. Wow. So the smell is just intoxicating whenever you're in here. So usually they don't dry this tight, like on the.
Yeah, they don't dry like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Got it.
I don't know. Normal naturals kind of dry like more like this, But like drying like this is something so different.
Oh yeah, look at how the skin is.
Yes.
Okay.
You can almost see the time, the aging of the coffee and the concept of dehydration instead of drying.
Ah, I see.
So all those elements, the mucilages, the sugars, the flavors, the volatiles, they adhere to the seed and the skin, so they're trapped. So that's why we want to make that darkroom drying so long.
I see.
So those flavors migrate to the seed.
I see. Yeah, because in the naturals I've tasted from you, like the Sidra Wave Natural, right? It's like you get that kick in the fruitiness from the natural, but it's not like boozy, funky, right? You get that cleaner finish, but you get the boost fruitiness.
That's what I've always said. You know, my dream is to make a natural that tastes like a washed, and a washed that tastes like a natural. So it's like finding that beautiful balance between elegance and complexity.
Yeah,
But it's
and-
still a golden grail. I can't say I've done it.
but it's like this is what can help you modulate kind of the fruitiness levels, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Wow.
Allow it in a very slow dry without mold coming in, and allow the migration of flavor into the seed. So flavor is not just the sugars from the mucilage. It's a lot more complex. It's a lot more complicated than that.
Still the meticulous care that get your hands on it,
Yeah.
right? More hands, better.
Yeah, like roasting. Maybe there's even more knowledge about coffee and roasting than in fermenting and drying. Because in roasting, you apply. There's a machine that creates a heat. There's movement of air. There's rotation. There's variables. There's roar. There's blah blah blah, and there's transformation up to pyrolysis where things change. And flavors are created. But in the drying, there's so little knowledge. People talk a lot about fermentation. How many days? What do you do? That. So there's a bunch of things. But when you talk about drying, it's just like 12 days dried in the sun or this or that. But we don't know what happens there. We don't know how the migration happens. How can you make a bean taste well when you roast it? Taste the flavors and the things that we smell, like that you've smelled on the naturals
Yeah.
and the washed. That's what's puzzling.
Yeah, the smells in here are absolutely intoxicating, and it's something that you don't smell that in roasting. You don't smell it anywhere else, right? It's like how do we take this? If I could describe like how do I take this and present it to you, right? Like I don't know where it comes from, right? It's like because I've never been able to smell something like this in any part of my coffee journey until this room.
And what you're saying is very, very key, because when people talk about coffees, of course, they talk about the sensory, the flavors and the smells and all. But to me, the most beautiful smell of coffee is not when you roast it, it's not when you brew it, it's not when you drink it, it's when you're fermenting and drying. The things that you guys been able to feel now, that's the magic of coffee. That's the real smell of coffee. It's that fermentive transformation of the fruit and blah, 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 blah. We should go now to the other dry place and check out the seed draw from Brian.
Absolutely.
And maybe we can get some of that sweetness happening.
Yeah, but
let's go check, because at night that's when the flavor is enhanced. I can't
yeah.
smell so well, but these guys are a little more humid. So by being more humid, maybe they smell more. Just try to find something that's wet like this and go and smell. That's the real smell of the natural coffees. It's
Wow.
amazing. The more wet it is, the more like moist it is. Fuck, man, it's trippy like crepes.
Wow. Yeah, it's just like, and the thing is too, you would expect because they're natural, there's gonna be like that boozy funkiness, but it's just like fruit
Like go there.
quality.
Go there and smell. Watch your head.
Oh, wow.
You see, man?
That's
Am I
amazing.
crazy?
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just like, you can't, oh man, you just don't see this anywhere else. It's like, oh my God. Wow.
The more moisture there is, the more like complexity.
Wow.
So you don't want stuff to dry too fast. That's pretty much what I was trying to say.
Wow. Just like that's mind blowing. That really is. It's just stuff that you never really get to experience, right? Like, especially if you're a coffee enthusiast. Okay, great. We brew coffees at home. We go to the roaster. You're good friends with roasters, right? But to have that experience is something that's unheard. I'm just like I've never experienced it like that before. Oh, I see why Jose likes to spend time in the stock room.
You guys want to smell the teoxy? Let's do it.
Sure.
Right now is the moment because you guys are close to leaving. So this is the one that we processed today. Get ready.
Oh wow.
It's very malic.
Wow.
You see how the color change?
Yeah, this is oxidation, right?
Yeah, and it was only a few hours ago too. I mean, even in minutes, you were seeing it.
But the mucilage is very, very active right now. This will start decomposing, and will end up washing itself.
Wow.
But the smell is not too intense right now.
Yeah.
I think it's going to smell more on the Cedar Brine.
Yeah, but it's.
¿Cierras o lo cierras, no?
Yeah, I can't really think of something that we have access to that smells like that.
You got light? So we go there, Jose.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3, turning off. Turn on the
Yep.
lights. Cool.
How do you get those perfume guys to take in these smells?
Yes.
The cultural exchange.
That's why I didn't spread the coffee, because I wanted you guys to get the feeling of the smell.
Oh, this room smells. Every single room we go to smells amazing.
Just go to the mountain of coffee and
Okay.
open it up in the center, and then plug your nose in.
Oh,
That
wow.
sweetness, Brian.
That's
Sweetness.
crazy.
That clear cantaloupe, whatever. That's my favorite smell in coffee. Still,
Wow.
it's gonna get better tomorrow.
Fruit salad.
The fruit salad note, I think I like a lot.
I love
yeah.
the fruit salad.
Yeah,
note.
I
know.
love it. I love it.
But it's like a mix of a lot of different fruits, right?
But super mild. It's zero intense.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Super,
it's-
super mild.
Yeah.
¿A qué te huele, Jose?
Papaya? Okay,
Papaya?
yeah. Papaya. Yeah, yeah, wait, Robert,
Yeah,
come do
you have
this.
to, you
come
have to do
this.
it.
I'll
Dip
take the
in,
camera.
in the center.
Come
like,
here.
go in. Boom, boom. Open it up. I see. Open the center like a crater, like you're Godzilla.
Whoa, so many fruits. I think that's mangosteen?
But there's-
Mangosteen? Okay.
Exactamente. Exactamente.
Yeah.
Robert got it, man. It's mangosteen. That's what it is. It's very, very mild. That's why I love this, because it's not about intensity. It's about this absolute.
I think the aromatics is very like beautiful. Like
Yes,
there's
exactly.
it's like there's so much going on.
They're
It's
super
complex.
elegant. They're super
yeah,
elegant.
elegant. Like, oh my god. I just
It's floral, fruity, fruit salad.
wow.
Yeah, that's the beauty
Crazy.
of. It's in the drying.
Yeah, so it's
I think-
interesting because it's like opposite spectrums on the natural and then the washed, right? They're both
In a way,
both
yes.
like amazing, but presentation is very very
But
different.
where they are similar is that the more moist they are, the more complexity in flavor there is. In the natural, it's the same. So most producers in the world, what they want to do when they have a coffee ready for drying is drying the first 3 days as fast as possible. And I think that's a huge mistake,
I
because
see.
that's when you take away a lot of the possibilities for an evolution of something very special. Once it's already kind of dry, I mean like 30%, whatever, there's not much happening anymore. But in these first stages, that's when those crazy things happen, man.
Yeah, I'm really glad to have been able to smell this. I mean, this is an experience right
It's my
now.
favorite smell in the coffee world.
Oh my,
Parchment on the
Wow.
second and third day.
wow. I can't wait until tomorrow morning. I mean,
Yes,
this is
tomorrow
already
morning.
like
Tomorrow morning is going to be outrageous, brother. It's going to be like
Wow.
fucking trippy. Cool.
Yeah.
But at least you got to smell it. And if you go inside another one that's drier, there's no much. It's like hay.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
it's
These are
like-
drier.
Yeah, it's like hay. There's no complexity.
Yeah, but it's
But there,
this, yeah.
it's bomb.
Wow.
This is something that so few people in the world know and value.
I think people would ask, where does this experience, this knowledge come from? Right? Like,
Oh, just observation. Pure, sheer observation and sensitivity. Yeah.
I mean, you had
You-
to do a lot of iterating, right?
Yeah, you
Or-
don't read these on the books. I've never read that. What you read on the books is get off the danger zone. Danger zone is when you finish fermentation or when you start drying, there's a period of time where you should go fast and try to dry as fast as possible because there's mold and blah, blah, blah. Mistake. Boom. You have to go slow food right then, because those are the magic days. And then you can speed up drying and do other things and intermittents, whatever. But those magic first moments are like when we popped up the coffee, the naturals this morning. You remember the smell? It was,
Yeah.
puta, it was intense.
Yeah.
And that's gonna fade. So that's why tomorrow we bring the first lot here, and the second one comes next day. So we slow down when it's still moist.
Yeah, so it's like you're locking in those flavors in here, right? And then hopefully we get a good roaster that then is able to unlock
yeah.
that, right? I think of it as like potential, right? Like how do we unlock the potential?
But I think a roaster will love his job a lot more if he came more to farms and got this little magic touch and the work with the people and the interaction. That's why origin trips are important, I think. A lot of people are doing those in Colombia, I think in Panama. I think that's very important, to stay in touch with what's going on.
Yeah, because like once I've smelled this and smelled all these coffees, I'm like, if a roaster knew what that is
Yeah,
supposed
yeah,
to
yeah,
actually
yeah.
smell like, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, that is something they could strive for, right?
Yeah,
that is the
exactly.
flavor they should strive for.
Exactly.
But it's like, yeah, if you did, because right now I feel like a lot of these roasters are completely operating blind. It's like if you didn't experience that, you didn't know that existed. Right? I didn't know that existed until like right now.
I've always told people about my roasting experience, and my biggest motivation, my biggest north in roasting is the smell of a flower, of a blossom. When I go to the field and I smell that perfect blossom, and my dream is to one day be able to smell that in a roasting,
Wow, yeah.
in the cupping and all that, yeah. So,
Yeah.
So that's why I do understand light roast, because light roast tries to achieve optimal maximization of those little acid compounds, and not the roasting, and not the excessive, yeah. But still, there is a balance. Coffee also, something that I've learned about coffee is that coffee, it's a balance between nurture and bitch slap. Yes, if you treat coffee too well, it may not be so good. If there is a little bit of effort, I don't know, come on, fucker, do it. And coffee is better.
Okay.
And the reason, and proof of that is, for example, it grows in the rougher countries in the world. No, it comes from Ethiopia. It comes from I don't know, all those crazy places, and they live a rough life, and they're good. Little exposure to water, little nutrients. Those are the best coffees. If you give too many nutrients to coffee, if you pamper it too much on the floor, you're gonna have cellulose, but not flavor. And the coffees that suffer more are the ones that taste more better.
I see.
So there is a little bit of that. Nurture and beach slap.
Yeah, okay, wow.
That's a t-shirt.
This has been such an eye-opening and nose-opening experience.
Yes, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even as a home brewer, it's like, when I get your coffees, I'm like, wow, that is the potential of what can
Yes,
exist
that
in
is
the
the
cup,
potential,
right?
exactly,
And
yes.
it's like, wow, even having experienced this, right? It's like, now you know when you're brewing, it's like you can try to accomplish that, right? It's like, oh man, that's insane. I really hope
exciting.
What I'm smelling here makes it into the cup somehow.
Let's hope so, man. Let's hope you get that
Oh my
fruit
God.
salad, cantaloupe, and florals. Yes.
Yeah,
We'll definitely look forward to the outcome of that coffee.
that's like elegance and beauty is like,
Yes. Zero intensity.
yeah,
Fuck intensity, yeah.
yeah.
Leave that to the pedal. You like cars? I like cars too, man. Fucking let's be intense there. Pedal to the metal.
Such an experience. Thank you.
No, man. Thank you guys for coming. Gracias. Thank you, Jose, for befriending these beautiful people.
It's our responsibility now to try to communicate all this, right? Like,
Yeah.
the importance of all this. Since
Yeah. Well, I think it's hard to describe what we are experiencing, especially in terms of aromatics and taste and all of that on video. But there should be a coffee that comes out of this that you can actually brew, right? You can actually touch, right? There's going to be tactility. There's going to be something that you can touch with your hands, touch with your tongue when you taste it, right? Like, it's going to exist.
But the story that you guys are creating, the material, the digital videos and all that, they do inspire that person to be more sensitive and respectful about a coffee.
Yeah.
They may not be able to smell the things that we are smelling, but they might be able to have a little more respect and love for what they have. It's that bag has power. It's medicine. Coffee is not a drug; it's a medicine.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think success here would look like if there's more demand for this kind of content and material.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I hope people
absolutely.
hope people appreciate the things we were
Absolutely.
able to show. But wow, this has been such a great experience.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Vamos, chicos.
Okay.
Nice. Vamos, Jose.
All right. Nightly routine. Yeah. Every
Nightly
night we go
routine.
out here. Oh, wow. Smells things out here. But
Yeah, that must be powerful smell too. Yes.
yeah, really good to be able to hear all your thoughts on processing, farming, drying. It's just like amazing to get this perspective and experience it as well.
It's nice to be able to tell it, to share it.
All right, I think we'll cut the video then. Thank you guys for watching. All right, bye.
Bye.